Happy Thursday to all of my friends. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Yeah. Welcome to the Off Script podcast, our video podcast that we do here at Fox 4 on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I'm Shari Armstrong alongside...
Not Amy Wegman.
Not Amy Wegman.
The only replacement you could find today.
Stop it right now.
Meteorologist Trent Eric. How you guys doing? Taking my weather guy hat off today. I
Yeah.
want to talk about some fun
You guys
stuff.
get to see the real, you see the real Trent Eric on broadcast, but you get to see like the craziness of Trent and all these other personalities that he has inside. So we're super excited to have you.
We still have some regulations around here. You can't see the full crazy.
True. Listen, I need you to be good, okay? I do want to
turn
start
that
off by pointing out that Trent got a new haircut.
Did. What do you think?
I think it looks nice.
Yeah?
Yeah. I saw you on TV today. I was like, okay, look at the haircut. And then I said something else, but I'll tell you later. But I think your haircut looks good.
Ooh, is that a tease?
Yes, it was definitely.
Is that coming up?
Okay, I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later on in the podcast. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. We know that we are streaming live on YouTube, live on Facebook. So hello to all of our friends on those platforms. For those of you watching on OTT, thanks for joining us. And tonight is a big night for those of you who love sports, specifically those of you who love basketball. And we're going to get to the Panthers for those of you who love the Panthers as well. But we're going to start with the NBA Finals tip-off tonight. Whoops. Almost started with the wrong team there.
Let's just start. You are dressed appropriately for the occasion.
Wow.
R.I.P.
You probably were saving that up all morning.
R.I.P.
Okay.
Knicks.
Wow.
Thibodeau.
RIP is crazy. Listen, shout out to the Knicks. We were definitely cheering for them in our house. We love the Knicks, and you know what? They played hard. They did what they could.
Okay, there. Get that guy.
Put that away.
No.
Shout out to my guy Hart too.
Yeah.
Anyway, we know tonight is your team.
Yeah, big Pacers fan, big Knicks fan, in case you
Right.
couldn't figure it out.
That's right. Indiana Pacers take on OKC tonight.
Yeah.
Tip-off is at
8:30.
8:30. Yeah.
Tomorrow morning when you see me at 5 a.m., I have some dark circles under the eyes.
You're going to know why.
Hopefully with a smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
This first time, growing up a Pacers fan, first time we've been in the final since 2000, so 25
huge.
years.
Yes.
Just to kind of grow up in the Reggie days, Rick Smits, those guys, to see the team back. It's, what they say in Indiana, it's basketball in 49 states, but this is Indiana.
Yeah.
It's a religion there.
Yeah, and I will say, what makes the basketball experience exciting for me is actually going to a live game and feeling the vibe. Like that is why I have grown to love the Knicks, because I love the energy. Like go New York, go New York. Like I love that Madison Square Garden. But the Pacers definitely represent as well. It's like a washout of yellow, and I love to see that.
Yeah, you ever been to a college game in Indiana at Assembly Hall?
I can't say I have.
Oh, that
Is it
and
crazy?
Cameron Stadium with Duke.
Yeah.
Top
The
two,
energy.
Top two basketball experiences.
I love it. And also, you might not know, Trent is actually a basketball, not just a fan, but he used to play.
Yeah. No, I mean,
you're not going to tell him you used to play? Was it a secret?
I used to play well. I've just gotten older. Vertical's gotten a little shorter. Jump shot's still there a little bit, but no, I love playing.
What position did you play? Just curious.
Usually guard.
You were, okay.
I was one of the shorter guys. I'm only 5'10" and a half, and yes, I claim the half.
Were you in high school or college when you played?
High school, did some scrimmaging in college
Okay.
with some of the guys there, but never played at collegiate level.
I got you. Did you ever dunk?
No.
That was a rhetorical question.
On a 10-foot goal? No.
Anyway, we're super excited that we kind of have this rivalry going on, but I'm cheering for OKC. And so one of us is definitely going to be happy tomorrow, and we'll just wait to see who it is. Neha? Pacers. OKC. Oh, thank God.
Excuse me?
Yeah, for a second. Yeah. Please join the chat.
Oh, okay.
We got Kentucky on the team, SGA.
The disappointment in your face. You thought you thought she was on your
She's
team.
a Wildcat fan.
Yeah. Man. Sorry about that.
So can we talk about the Panthers a little bit?
Wait, Allie's wondering
Allie.
why you didn't ask her.
I know she's a Pacers fan.
No, she's not. You're outnumbered, my dude.
know.
Sorry.
She's from Kansas.
She's from Kansas. And also, if you're just joining us, we love to shout out that we have our producers in the room with us. They help to make this they do make this podcast possible. And also, they make our morning shows possible as well.
They make me mad right now.
Neha and Allie making Trent mad. All right, let's talk about the Panthers because we know a lot of you are not paying attention to basketball. You were busy last night watching the first game of the Stanley Cup. The Panthers are obviously a broadcast partner for us here at Fox 4, but also they took on the Edmonton Oilers.
I managed to stay up for the first period and a half last night.
Yeah.
And when I crashed, the Panthers were still up.
Okay.
Now
You thought it was done.
Well, the Edmonton they made a comeback there. They scored a goal in the second period. And I
Okay.
believe it was 3-2 at the time.
Okay.
And I crashed, and I woke up this morning, saw the game went into overtime.
Yeah.
And the Cats lost.
Wow. The oil. Now, let me ask you, when it comes to like projections and stuff like that, official projections, what are people saying? Are people like the Panthers are going to dominate, the Oilers are going to dominate, or is it just kind of like we just got to see both teams are super good? I'm a brand new hockey fan, so I don't know.
Well, you know the Panthers from last year.
Of course,
they have got
dominated.
a tremendous squad. They've added a few key players. They're healthy.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
on the other side, you got McJesus.
McJesus.
Yeah, that's his nickname, and that just tells you how good he is at hockey, right?
Okay.
He actually was the assist on the winning goal in overtime last night for
Wow,
the Oilers.
okay.
So it's going to be a good series. I was just hoping that the Cats were going to be able to go and get one on the road. You know, this is as far as two teams have ever played in the NHL Finals.
Is that right?
But they did it last year, too, so they're used to the travel.
Love it.
But, yeah, should be a good series. Close your eyes if you're a Cats fan.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
It was a good game.
I'm still cheering for the Panthers because we got a chance to actually meet some of the Panthers when we went out to South Florida. Was that a year? That was like 6 months ago.
Yeah, it was earlier this year. Yeah,
Yeah.
They were already in season, and we got to meet a lot of the guys there. And you know, one of them I still want to meet is Matthew Tkachuk.
Tkachuk.
Haven't got to meet him yet. After what he did with the Stanley Cup in the Atlantic Ocean, I want to hear some more stories.
Tell them really quick for the people who don't know.
Oh, so all the guys get some time with the Stanley Cup, but the team took it to the Elbow Room in Fort Lauderdale, which is right across the block from the ocean.
Yep.
And not only were they drinking some adult beverages and trying to stay hydrated, but the cup went into the ocean with Tkachuk, and he was just washing it off, giving it a little bath.
Like it's all good.
Oh, when you win the Stanley Cup,
Come on, you
get to do
whatever you want to do. Well, yeah, so we are watching that closely tonight. Also, I do want to shout out, we got like a couple Facebook messages, people asking why, like if we were carrying the game. So I do want to let you guys know you're not going to see it on Fox 4.
Okay.
But you can watch on Sling TV, TNT, YouTube, with a subscription, and YouTube TV with a subscription. So
Gotcha. I was a YouTube TV guy last night. That's how I got it.
okay, so so you can confirm.
Yep.
Copy that. So there you go. Good luck to the Panthers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go Cats.
Go Cats.
Well, we learned a lot there. Time to Hunt was their big hashtag too.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Look at you. Trent has come a long way, by the way, with social media. The fact that he just did this, that he's talking about hashtags, this is like a proud auntie moment for me. So
She teaches me everything I know.
I'm very proud of him. All right, listen. So, of course, on the podcast, we like to bring you some of the stories that we covered as well. We like to talk about some of these other fun things, personal things, and stuff like that, but also some of the news of the day. So, we want to take you to Fort Myers. I think this story is so interesting. Fort Myers was named the second best city for small businesses. This is according to Wallet Hub, and this is the second best city in the country.
Yeah.
This is a big deal for Fort Myers. And I think we were talking a little bit about this. Our director, Jeremy, we were celebrating this in studio, like what a big deal it is for our local businesses to be able to like have this title, to know that they're working in this type of area. Jeremy also mentioned like the impact that we've seen on small businesses, like with COVID and Ian. And so the kind of like the shift that we saw with small businesses
Sure.
and the impact of that, and how other businesses have probably moved in, they've rebuilt, other businesses have started a new business. We've seen all of those scenarios possibly tying into this particular title.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was looking at some of the stats here that the growth was up 22%
Yes.
since 2016.
Crazy.
So this predates COVID.
Yep.
It predates Ian, a couple of years back. And you got to think a couple of things. What leads into the small business? We have a lot of folks here.
Yeah.
We're growing.
Yep.
And then you have season.
Of course.
And the downtown Fort Myers area, which we've kind of highlighted here in the video, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so centrally located. It's easy to get to. Parking is still free or cheap.
Yep.
So I think there's just a huge draw, and it's all walkable.
That's right. You know what's crazy? Hearing you say that, when I was younger, I used to think like downtown Fort Myers was like the lamest thing. Just because like young, like Neha and Allie, like cool, like young like that.
Back when you were in the club.
Yeah. Say that again. I want you to say that one more time.
In the club.
Yes. Back when I was in the club, I used to be like, oh man, like this is so lame. Now, just there's been so much, and that was just because I just didn't feel like there was enough for me to do.
Sure.
Now I feel like, and maybe it's because I'm getting older, but I feel like there's something for everybody to do. You know, the young people. Oh my God, I just said young people.
You did. Let's mark the moment. 10/10 on June 5th.
Oh, gosh, I can't believe I just said that.
You're old like me. Let's go.
No,
Yes.
I'm not claiming it was an accident. They can go downtown and club and, grab drinks and stuff like that. But even if you're older, it's just so nice to like stroll there and hang out,
There's a little bit of everything. The Lucky Screw. You've got some different just different variety of things to do. It's not all one genre or one type of thing. You got some outdoor restaurants, pizza, Mexican,
absolutely.
seafood.
Yep.
And I think that's kind of the draw. A lot of times you go and you're hungry, but what do you want to eat, right? Walk along and like we were talking about, I got to stay in front of this thing.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about earlier today, it's like, ooh, that's a cute shop. I haven't been in there yet.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I feel like a lot of like the knick-knack purchases in my place have come from
downtown Fort Myers.
Downtown Fort Myers
that
or pre-Ian out on Sanibel, a lot of little mom and pop shops. So
love that.
Yeah, definitely like a local vibe to it.
Agreed. I also do want to say that I think resources have been a big part of this as well.
Yeah.
This particular business, I want to make sure we spotlight them because we've been showing a lot of their business. This is Swamp Cat Brewing. They are crediting a lot of their new success to the redevelopment agency, the community redevelopment agency. They received a grant through that agency. So that is just one example because there are multiple CRAs. It's called CRA for short. There are multiple, right? But then you have the Small Business Development Center at Florida Gulf Coast University. The Chamber of Commerce does a lot to help small businesses. So I think also we're thriving in this also because we have a lot of resources to help support, financially support, and then also all the things that come with running a business, provide that support to local businesses as well.
Growing up in a small town in the Midwest, to open a business, it didn't cost a lot for the brick and mortar rent.
Yeah.
And just to know that we're one of the lowest in the country
Come on.
for business to try to grow.
Yes.
Gotta love it.
It's a big deal. So congratulations to Fort Myers. I think it's a big deal.
Yep.
All right. Speaking of money, all right, and I do not think this is breaking news, Trent. I just think that Ryan has been working really hard to spotlight consumer concerns. And when I say consumer concerns, that like includes us like every day when it comes to purchases for your home, groceries, just how expensive the cost of living is right now. He's been working to not only highlight the issues and challenges or whatever, but also like provide some resources as well. Yeah. This particular story, Ryan does this series, It's Your Money. And this one is about the cost of rent across the country and the amount that you're paying for rent. Half of Americans now spend more than 30% of their income on rent.
I believe it.
Okay, because let's be honest, it's expensive.
It is.
Okay, the United States and across the country, the average is $16.25 per month. Florida, and a lot of you are watching, wherever you're watching, and you're like, we know, the average rent is about $1,700 per month. That's $70 more than the national average.
So this next stat on here, that rent's up 65% since 2000.
Come on.
Is that just for Florida or Southwest Florida? Or is that the nationwide?
I'm not going to, I need to double check with Ryan.
Because honestly, I felt that was low for here because I've been at Fox 4 now 6 years.
Right.
And the way I've seen rent go,
Yes, Trent.
even though there's more development, there's more apartment complexes here than ever.
Yes.
And a lot of available houses, the demand has just gone up despite hurricanes, despite Ian after that. Milton and Helene tried to combine those names.
I see that. Yeah.
But yeah, the rent keeps going up. Like when does it stop? Especially with all the inflation and just the cost of living.
Yes. And it's interesting because we keep seeing these units go up. And I know this is controversial, but, a lot of them say like affordable housing, right? And a lot of, it's like luxury living and affordable cost or whatever. But some of those, the rent cost is like, that is not affordable. That is expensive.
I checked out a new apartment complex over by Merchant Crossing.
Yeah.
Went in just to check it out.
Yeah.
They showed me the first month rent for new, and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!"
Stop it!
Yeah.
Stop it!
I'll let you call. And
Y'all can figure it out which one it is, but
I was.
It's just real life,
and not in a good way.
Yeah. So I just wanted to spotlight in case you were like, you know what, Florida's not working out for me. Well, you can find the lowest rent in Oklahoma. According to
is this
Ryan's
another
story.
Indiana, the Pacers, Oklahoma, OKC jab? Is this where this is going?
No, Trent. I was just trying to tell the people where they could find the low rent.
Where they can't find good rent in New York. because New York has the highest at nearly $3,000 a month.
Do it.
It's right here. I'm not going to let you win that battle.
I was trying to beat you to it.
If only you guys had the highest score at the end of a game.
The fact that you're laughing, Neha, is crazy. That's like crazy. I knew like this was coming. He is quick. I know. That's why we love him and can't stand him at the same time.
We forgot the next stat that the Midwest states offer the most affordable rent. That would include Indiana.
Okay, we get it. Anyway, if you'd like to see more on Ryan's story and the series, It's Your Money.
Yeah,
You can go to our website. It is good stuff. You can go to our website, fox4now.com for that. Oh, I just don't know what else you have stored up.
No. I was looking at the next topic, and so Shari is trying to get me up to speed on Instagram, Facebook. It's like a lesson a day, right?
Yes.
And I look at this next topic, and I have no idea where my brain is going to go in the next few months with AI.
So do you remember when, there was a time not that long ago where it was like, get a coding degree. You got to learn how to code. Coding is where it's at, okay? There was a time where I was like, dang, I think I need to get like
Switch.
get
like a side hustle.
Yeah, like an additional degree or something. Google was offering all these free classes or whatever in learning how to code. Well, I want you to listen to this statistic, okay? Fewer students are pursuing a basic coding degree, and I want to make sure I get it right for you guys. Hold on one second. Software engineering job listings are down 30% since 2020, okay? Google says AI wrote more than 25% of its code in 2024. This is not... That was last, as I'm saying. Exactly. Wow. Now, this is not bashing AI because Trent can tell you I'm a big proponent of AI. But this is to kind of give you a reality check of where we are with AI. And the reason why we're talking about this is because my alma mater, since Trent's going to try to bring me down, I'm bringing myself back up. No. The University of South Florida has actually launched the first program in Florida with a dedicated AI college.
I feel like we need to sign up for some courses.
I'm telling you.
Seriously.
I'm telling you. And their goal is to teach students how to work alongside AI. They're trying to debunk this whole AI is trying to ruin your life and everything like that. And everyone has a different perspective on AI, I understand. But they're I said defunk, I meant debunk. And I just love that everyone just kept going because I messed up a lot this morning. Quiet, Neha, because I can read your mind. But they're literally trying to show people how you can work alongside AI. And I can tell you, you're getting a little familiar with ChatGPT, right?
Yeah, trying. It's like every day I try to learn a new skill. And you know this too, when these trends are going around, make yourself an action figure doll by using ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I'll try it. I'll try to figure it out.
Good.
The results are...
I would love to see your action figure.
Looks a lot better. It's got some muscles. No, I think you nailed it. You got to learn to work with it.
Yeah.
Because we can't avoid it.
Right.
It's just not going to happen.
Right. Exactly. And so even when you're using ChatGPT and you're like, hey, can you make this proposal? You have to tell ChatGPT the essentials, right? Like what you're looking for. Hey, ChatGPT, even if you're like, can you write this book for me? You still have to give it some type of groundwork. So they're saying, hey, listen, we're going to teach students how to work alongside this tech instead of entering into a job market and being like, what the heck, this is going to take my job or whatever the case may be. They're teaching you how to work with it, basically.
Yeah. And I'm trying to lose the attitude of being the grumpy old man. I'm not going to use AI, but I want to find ways that it can enhance what I do personally and possibly even at work.
Yes.
To be faster, to help communicate and help get messages out a little quicker and maybe even a little better.
Can we be real about something? Can we just be transparent about something? As much as of a proponent as I am for AI, I was kind of ticked when this came out at first because AI can write stories way faster than I can.
And edit video fast.
Why am I even here? Why am I even here?
Because we love you.
But the reality of it is I have learned to integrate it into my workflow where we both are winning, It helps to speed up the process. It helps me to catch things I would not have seen before. And also kind of helps me to create ideas as well. So I appreciate that you said looking at ways that you can incorporate it into your workflow. So really interesting program by the University of South Florida. Definitely worth checking out. We ran that story earlier today. It was a really cool thing that they're doing.
Now you're going to have to leave me on this next one. I don't know a whole lot about Ella's story here. On the wellness center.
Yeah. Okay. So Ella is our Immokalee Lehigh Acres queen, right? And so they have a new facility that's providing healthcare. It's a new wellness center in Immokalee right now. And then we're looking at it here. The Naples Children and Education Foundation is making this possible. Obviously, this is a big deal for this community. A lot of the times for particular services, you're traveling outside of that community to get what you need with healthcare and wellness. This is another option for people who live in this community to take their kids, take their family, and receive the services that they need. You're talking about dental services, vision, therapy, all in one place. Imagine the difference in services of having to leave the community versus it being right there for you. All of those services, even behavioral services, under one roof. So this was really awesome to see. Also, the language options there as well. So I believe it's English, Spanish, and Haitian Creole, I want to say. So definitely looking at the market and serving them accordingly.
That's awesome, because you're right. That's a long drive to get from Immokalee to Fort Myers or Naples or even the Cape to try to find those services. So
also, they have a food pantry too. So we should note that as well in the time where we're seeing more and more of a need for that. This is also a resource for you if that's something that you can take advantage of.
Nice. Did you hear about the travel ban today?
I did. We had it in our newscast today. Big news.
We're both travel bugs.
Yeah. We both love to travel. What's coming up next for you?
For me?
Traveling.
Only thing on the schedule besides going, well, gotta plan ahead, around hurricane season.
Okay, that's fair.
Trying to get up to Indiana to see a family around July 4th, but Jamaica is the big trip.
Yes, Jamaica.
In October, so.
Love that.
Can't wait for that one.
Where in Jamaica are you going?
Going to outside Otros Rios.
Love that for you. Yeah. That's awesome. You have not.
I have been to Jamaica, but it's been a hot minute.
I'm losing track of
now
all
I get
the
to take the
places
little
you've
guy
been to.
So get
for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
Take my son and
love it.
And my parents are gone.
That's awesome.
So
nice family trip.
Be a family affair.
Good for you. Good for you. So we're keeping track of the travel ban. Obviously, this is big news across the country. It goes into effect on Monday, and we're showing you here. We were showing you here all of the countries that were listed on the ban. I know I took a picture because
there's 12 of them. There's quite a few.
Yeah, there are quite a few. And I believe
there's partial restrictions for at least 7 others, right?
Darn. I came prepared and then I lost it. But some of the countries include like Sudan, Afghanistan, Haiti.
There were some of the partial ones.
Eritrea.
Yeah. And, it goes back to, Trump was banning these because the White House says it has to partially do with the Boulder attack influenced his decision. And things are kind of heating up.
Yes. So they're citing security issues. Thank you. At least 12 countries. They're citing security issues and vetting as well. And so the order does allow for limited exceptions. And I think that's important because you might hear that. And obviously that's very concerning.
Yeah, there you go. There's your map back up. Sudan, Chad,
there you
Somalia,
go. Yeah.
Yemen.
Yeah. Venezuela is on the list as well. And again, the ones in yellow are partial restriction. Yep. So you can find, we've got this information on our website, but we just wanted to make sure you knew that this was in effect because we know it impacts a lot of people a lot of people really, I should just leave it like that because just depending on travel situations and, all that stuff.
Always something to check into before you go.
Exactly. Yes. That's a great point. I said that the other day. Even if you're just traveling, it's important to just go on the website, like travel.gov, I believe, and you can look up what the level of
the alert level, the
thank you. For traveling. So definitely, I keep trying to push that because you might be surprised. You're typing in some of these countries and the U.S. is like, it's a level 3. So
I've traveled to a few of those.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom. Sorry, I made it back safe.
He's here now. It's all good. He's safe.
We're fine. Jamaica's not on the list.
Yeah.
So I see this next story, and I see Skinny Talk.
Skinny Talk.
What is Skinny Talk?
I was going to be super impressed if you knew what it was.
I was hoping it was like a flavor ice cream or something.
It is not a flavor ice cream, but that was a good guess. No, it's actually something that's very concerning. Okay. Actually, would you guys like to explain what Skinny Talk is? These are our Gen Z experts, so I would love for them to explain. This is Neha for you guys.
It's this hashtag that's going around. It's this trend on TikTok and social media where these influencers are kind of promoting skinny bodies, skinny lifestyles or whatever, however, in an unhealthy way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like the main concern here. Mm-hmm. So people are really concerned because some of their eating habits, for example, or the way they're working out is a little eyebrow raising worthy.
So like extreme weight loss, and their kids are picking up on the trends, and it gets dangerous. Gotcha.
Now, it doesn't come across as extreme weight loss.
They're also doing it in a very mean way.
Right.
And it really sticks with you. Neha and I were actually talking about this weeks ago. And sometimes when I'm doing things or I'm like, you know what, I'm kind of hungry for lunch, those things stick in the back of my head. Like, because they were so mean. It's like being bullied in elementary school, basically.
Is that where you were pulling up, Neha?
I was just going to say, because of these algorithms that are popping up, once you see one or like you click on the hashtag, you won't stop seeing them on your feed.
Oh, no.
It's all good.
Trent, you had one job to just come in here. It's okay. Allie gave us...
I have freedom to move. I feel like I'm being bullied now.
I think I forgot to tell you that Allie gave us a heads up.
Oh, good. I always like a good handheld. I'm going to rock it out. You want to talk about my singing days?
No. Actually, Trent actually used to do musicals. You should know that. He took us from such a serious moment, too. But I actually appreciate Allie and Neha sharing like the impact of that, because that's real. There was a time, Trent, where I was off of social media because the impact of what I was seeing, it was getting in my head, like Allie said. And it wasn't just about weight. It was about like where I am in life and, the kind of car I drive. All these things just like sinking in. So Allie, I really appreciate both of you guys sharing that.
Sure.
That's like, I can't take you seriously holding the mic. Like,
I'm not going to take it. I'm having a deep conversation with you about skinny talk.
Okay.
I don't have the time to put it back.
Okay.
I want to talk about how serious this matters. No, I was surprised that France's digital affairs minister calls it absolutely unacceptable.
Yeah.
And the users who search for the term now get National Alliance for Eating Disorder resources to help.
Trent, they had to ban this hashtag. This is how serious it was. And listen,
I had no clue.
Listen to how this comes across. You heard Allie say like it was mean. I heard them talking. I was like, what are you talking about? If your stomach is growling, pretend it's applauding you. Okay? That's like what one of the white girls would say. Listen, to be small, eat small. To be big, eat big. Listen to this one. You don't need a treat. You're not a dog.
Okay.
So you can see.
Yeah, I've heard similar things like that before about you don't need a treat, you're not a dog and stuff before, but like very harsh ways to.
And sometimes after work, I feel like I deserve a treat. But then that's what she's saying. Like in the back of your mind, you're hearing that girl who's got the seemingly perfect body, and she's saying like if you're not a dog, you don't need a treat or whatever. And you're like, you know what? I don't need the treat. But nutritionists, experts that I was reading, they were saying like, everybody's body develops differently.
Yeah, sure.
So even if you're on a weight loss journey and you're, whatever, like you need a certain caloric intake. Versus yours is different from mine, which is different from hers and hers. And so they were saying like they stood behind banning this hashtag because it was becoming so dangerous, not only to the physical health, but the mental health of users as well.
See, this is one of my fears of my little guy growing up and starting to ask and get on social media. I mean, I don't know what platforms are going to be around by that point, but it is so different nowadays. I'm old enough. I didn't grow up with social media. I barely grew up, with email going, high school into college, and it's all,
Yeah. So, if you have seen hashtag skinny talk, this is what they're talking about, and this is why. You can understand why it's been banned. And like you said, if users, so let's say there's someone who's your son's age, a child that's your son's age, or a young girl who's curious, and she types it in, they'll be rerouted to other resources. One of them I read was actually about eating disorders and kind of educating users on that as well.
Yeah.
So
aren't we already hard enough on ourselves? Daily, hourly? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's why I do feel for like people like your son's age, kids like your son's age. I think it's tough to be a teenager right now. But can I just tell you, sometimes I think it's tough to be a human right now, just within the age of social media. Allie's grown, Neha's grown, and, listen to the things that they're talking about. That is real. And the algorithm just literally jumps onto the things that you might tap on at one time and be like, skinny talk is not for me. But it crawls back in there.
Say skinny talk all this time, it's gonna pop up here in a bit.
Of course. And it wasn't just on TikTok.
Which one of these ladies produced the show in this order? Because now we have an elephant looking for snacks in a store right after the skinny talk.
Okay, I produced it.
This is Allie.
I had a 3-page long show and I had to delete some, and so this is the outcome. Okay, there was like 3 stories in between, and it would have been way too long.
Allie said, "Do not come for my show."
It's been a long morning. Yeah. Do not judge my rundown.
and if y'all could see her telling him.
I actually kind of liked it. I like the irony. I liked it. I was like, yes, let's go. So
can we roll the video of the elephant since Trent brought it up?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this video, Trent? Because now that you're social media friendly.
I have not seen this one.
This is in a Thai convenience store in Thailand. Imagine this guy coming in.
This is worse than black bears in Florida, right?
Yeah. Let me make sure I get this. He's got his special name. Like, people in the community know him.
Okay, so he's local famous.
Yeah. He's local famous. I don't know if he's locally famous though for like getting in the convenience stores, but Allie asked a great question. She was like, "How did he get in?" But look at
the entranceway.
The entrance is so big. He literally just like rolls
he just
up
let himself in.
Yeah. A wildlife group though reimbursed the store for the stolen snacks, and it's all good. But I just love that he was already loved in the community. It actually wasn't that much of a surprise, but it was a surprise that he came into the convenience store. So this video has been going viral, and we just wanted to end.
Dried bananas and peanut snacks is what he took.
At least he's healthy.
Good choice, my friend.
Let's go. 100%.
There's a lot of talks about treats and stuff. Where are we going after this? Do you guys call it a show, podcast? What do you call it?
We call it a podcast.
Podcast, all right.
We're going to the Snack Shack. Shout out to our chief engineer.
That's in Fox 4. We have our home.
That's right. We have our own snack setup. But I did tell Allie I wanted to go to Chick-fil-A, which she reminded me that it's closed. And that's probably for the benefit of my fitness goals.
Yeah.
So.
Due to remodeling, right?
Yes.
The one I was like, wait, it's not Sunday.
No.
Okay. I was
Good point.
Confused for a second.
They're remodeling, and I think they're also doing the one in Fort Myers as well, right? Near Daniels Parkway.
So they're just making them all better.
I think so.
All right.
Yeah, they're just making them all as if Chick-fil-A could get any better. Anyway, I've really actually enjoyed having you on the podcast. I prayed about it. I was like, please don't let him act crazy. But you actually were
mild.
Really wonderful, and I loved having you.
Maybe next time you guys need to step up the budget a little bit or get some tape.
We will get you a new microphone. I apologize for that.
It's all right. I
but
love
thanks for rolling with it. I do want to shout out Trent. He makes appearances on the podcast. You probably will be seeing him more though during hurricane season. We're in hurricane season. I feel like if there's one thing you want to tell people right now, Trent, what is it?
It's quiet this time of year, but now's the time to really start making a plan.
I feel like people might say, I hear that over and over.
Yeah,
okay?
but it's important.
Let them know why.
Because that way you plan and you don't panic.
That's right.
That's where it comes down to. Because when we get to August, September, and early October, and all of a sudden you're scrambling with all the pressure of being in a cone and a watch and a warning going up within hours and school cancellations, if you've planned, you don't panic. You act. And you've already got your steps ready to go. And it's that time of year because it's slow.
Yeah.
Graduation season's over, summer's kind of kicking in, and before you know it, back to school pressure is going to start. So now's the time, just kind of make sure you got what you need. Start the generator up, give it a test, know where you're going to evacuate to, make sure you've got all your essentials, food, batteries, and just check out the list. And all that's at fox4now.com, by the way. And with our hurricane special that aired on Sunday night, it's there now as well. Hour-long special to help you get up to date on all the latest.
It was excellent, by the way. Shout out to our entire weather team.
A lot of people put in a lot of hard work on that.
Yeah, I was going to say our weather team, our production team, management, just a lot of people who made that happen. So congratulations on a great special.
Thank you.
Allie?
We have a comment on Facebook. Aaron said the Chick-fil-A on Colonial is also being remodeled.
Ooh.
It's ruining his breakfast.
I'm with you, Aaron. Trust me, I feel you. One time, Amy and I, remember when we were like, we're going to get the little chicken.
The chicken minis or whatever.
We thought we'll just. Oh, sorry.
Our Facebook comment is from Aaron. He said the Chick-fil-A on Colonial is also closed and it's ruining his breakfast.
I feel it, Aaron. I love those chicken little sandwiches so much. I feel you. And I thought I was going to go there until it dawned on me. All these Chick-fil-A's are closed. But when they come back, they're going to be popping. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us for the Off Script podcast. We are here Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, which means we're not here tomorrow. You can catch all the replays on fox4now.com. You can go in our app as well. And of course, you can watch on Facebook and YouTube. And we appreciate you guys so much. Have a wonderful day.
See you tomorrow morning. Go Pacers.
Press the end button, please.